How's it going, YouTube Anime Future Self? Welcome back to the Lab TCG. My name is Will, and today we're going to be talking about selling on eBay. Now, eBay is one of the best-selling platforms that you can utilize for your business or your Pokemon business. It doesn't have to be Pokemon. It could be Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, whatever it is. But today we're mainly going to be talking about Pokemon cards. I'm going to tell you everything that I've learned running a eBay store over the past couple of years. I've been doing this on and off since about 2015, and last year in 2021, I did $18,000 in sales on eBay. So that's not going to be profit, but that is the revenue that I had running an eBay store. I sold everything from Pokemon cards to video games and random stuff that I was able to find at thrift stores. So if you stick until the end, you're going to learn a bunch of the stuff that I've learned along the way. I'm going to show you guys how to create listings on eBay, how to use sell similar. We're going to talk about streamlining the shipping process and some other cool things all throughout this video. So if that's all the stuff that you're here for today, sit back and relax. Without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into the eBay. Alright, so first things first, if you've never sold on eBay before, you're going to want to go ahead and create an account. This can simply be done by going to ebay.com, navigating to, I believe it's the top left of the screen, and then finding the create an account. Once you do that, you're going to go ahead and set up all of the information that you need to get paid, some tax information, how you're filing, whether it's sole proprietorship or an LLC or all that. But go ahead and sign up for an eBay page. This is also a great place if you have a resale tax ID. You can utilize that to purchase stuff on eBay and not pay sales tax on it. So eBay is a great platform not only for selling, but it's also a good way to source inventory. And you're going to source inventory by using the search bar. But that's not what we're really talking about today. We're going to be talking about selling. So once you've created an account, you familiarize yourself with the eBay platform a little bit. We're going to go ahead and jump into what eBay actually is. So eBay is a marketplace of mainly used items, but there's also a lot of new items, and sellers come on here and they create listings and they can sell, anything from A to Z and make money doing so. So you have people that are just selling stuff from their basement and, making some extra money, and you have full-blown businesses that completely operate off of eBay. So one of my favorite channels that I like to recommend if you really want to take eBay seriously as the main focus of your business is Daily Refinement. He has excellent ideas and ideologies on how to systematize your business and all that stuff. But for now, we're going to take a look at some of the more simple stuff. So once you're into all of this, you can go to the Sell tab, and this is going to have all of your active listings. If we were to just slide down here, we have all of the stuff that I currently have on eBay. You go to the overview and ignore this red banner that's at the top. I'm currently working through that. But on this page, you can see all the sales you have, the unread messages, and this is your sales dashboard. So scrolling down a little bit, this has your items that you're awaiting shipment, your messages, your sales, your seller forecast, and all this information. There is a ton of information, but don't be overwhelmed by that. The main thing that you're looking for is the awaiting shipment. This will update when an item has actually sold. But in order to sell items, we need to then create a listing. So I personally prefer creating listings on mobile, but if you want to do this as fast as possible, desktop is probably the way to go. But the easiest way to do this is to go to the listings tab right here and hit create a listing. Now I'm going to show you two ways to create a listing. This is going to be the kind of step-by-step process. Step 1 is create the eBay store. Step 2 is going to be listing the items after you fill out all your information. I'm going to show you two different ways. So the first way is if you were to just sell whatever you wanted to sell. So in this example, we're going to use Charizard VMAX. So if you wanted to sell Charizard VMAX, if you guys are familiar with Pokemon, you know what this is. You can, find pre-made listings, or you can simply just enter in Charizard VMAX, and it's basically going to give you this entire blank listing. And I know my webcam's a little bit in the way, but have your title, you have a subtitle that you can pay money for, you have custom labels. If you have an inventory system, you can use the custom label SKUs to set up your inventory and make stuff faster to find. The categories under card games, you got toys, hobbies, collectible card games, and individual. A secondary category, if you personally have store categories, this is a part of, I believe this is a part of the subscriptions that eBay does. You can add them into specific categories and they'll show up differently on your storefront. If you have variations, so say you wanted to put Charizard VMAX regular in the same listing as the Charizard VMAX Secret Rare, you could create a variation that basically makes it distinct difference. UPC, got condition, used, or new, and then you have the ability to add up to 12 photos. So photos, you can really take photos anywhere. When you're just starting off, it's completely acceptable to just put the card on the carpet and take a picture of it, or put it on a desk, something nice. When you start doing this more often, it is a good idea to invest in a photo box or a white background with light, because it makes the items look better. You can distinguish more like blemishes and stuff like that. But I would definitely recommend investing in a light box if that's something that you're interested in long term. Then you can add item specific. So like game, we would want Pokemon, TCG, card type. You can do basics or rare, stage ones right here, all that stuff. And then the set, this is going to be Darkness Ablaze for Charizard VMAX. So you would go ahead and just enter all this information manually. Down here you can put full art or whatnot. So that's all of that. That's all the item specifics. And the second way I'm going to show you kind of shortcuts a bunch of that information. And then here in the item description, you can put information about the card. You can put the condition it's in. You can put the description and all that stuff. I also have a new blog post on my website, thelabtcg.com, that you can go check out, and I've actually uploaded templates for not only for refunds, items missing, items going to the wrong address when buyers buy stuff, but I also added a eBay template that I got, and it was inspired by old school Pokemon on YouTube. I edited a little bit, and you can use that for your eBay listings if you're doing specifically Pokemon cards. But it's a very good idea to be as descriptive as possible in the item description. If there's a blemish on the card, make sure it's known. If the card is in near mint condition, you might want to advertise it as lightly play. That way, when the customer is buying it, that you are over delivering, under promising. It's a very good practice in business, and it's something I'd recommend. But the item description, really just take the time to describe the item, especially if it's in bad condition, or if you're not selling cards and there's something wrong with the item. It's extremely important that you put into the description something that's wrong with the item, because when it comes to fighting a case against eBay, you can use what's in your description against the buyer, saying, if they said an item was broken and in your description you said it was broken, you can use that in that case. So definitely use the description. Be generous with the description. It is going to take more time, but it's a good tool. Then moving on down here, we have the format. So you have auctions and you have fixed pricing. Now, personally, I like fixed pricing. I rarely do auctions, but basically how auctions work, you set up the auction, you set a time to start the auction, and then you have a starting price, and you can add a buy it now or whatever. And basically over the course of the time that you set, buyers can go on there and place bids. At the end of the time of the auction, the sale closes, and whoever's the highest bidder will end up purchasing that item. Now, personally, I'm not really into auctions. I like to do fixed prices with best offer. And this is basically buy it now, and someone finds your listing, and they can just purchase it straight up, or they can send you an offer for the item. Then you have the quantity right here. If you were selling 10 Charizard VMAXs, you could change this to 10. And then there's some other stuff on here. And then your shipping, this is going to be completely up to how you run your business. For trading cards specifically, the eBay standard envelope is probably the best way to go for anything under $20. It's essentially a 53-cent tracked plain white envelope, or first class mail is probably going to be what's going on. If you have stuff that's heavier, maybe sealed products, you're going to be looking at priority mail, but all of that information is here. If you end up using calculated shipping, it's extremely important that you understand the dimensions and the weight of the item, and all that can be used with scales and whatnot. Then promoted listings, I'll touch on this in a little bit, but promoted listings, this is a good idea to turn this on and set that. And then right here, there's also volume pricing at the bottom that you can't see, but you can set up different discounts and whatnot. So that's one way to list items. The second way I want to show is going to be sell similar, and this is going to kind of shortcut a lot of the nuisance, like adding item specifics that we had to go through. This is super simple on the mobile, because you can go on to this, you can sort by sold, and then just hit sell similar, and all that information populates pretty easily. So what I'm going to be doing is I searched Charizard VMAX up here at the top right, Charizard VMAX, and this is the card that we want to sell. So, and if you hit sold items down here on the filters tab on the left, it's the bottom box. This is all these Charizard VMAXs that have actually sold. Someone found the listing and purchased it. So this is the best way that I like to list cards when I'm using eBay. So say right here, this Charizard VMAX is sold for $50 and $5 shipping. The price doesn't even have to be what you want it to be. So click on this sold listing, right? The item sold. And then right here, sell one like this. Now on the mobile, it says sell similar when you click an ended listing. But when you go ahead and hit this sell one like this, it populates all the information that the previous seller used to describe this item. You have the title, right? Charizard VMAX, Darkness Ablaze, Full Art Pokemon. Like, I didn't type that out. The other seller did. That saves me time. Then you would add your photos there. Most of this stuff, there's already Pokemon TCG. There's already Pokemon. The set is entered. And then really, when I do this, all I do is post a description, change the price, fix the shipping, and then hit sell faster. I do promoted listings. So there's ways to set up templates where you can do this even quicker. If you have all this stuff set up in like Excel or whatnot, you can take pre-made titles and move everything into a template and then just edit prices and whatnot. But those are going to be the ways to sell stuff. Once your items are listed, you would just go through all that information, make sure it's set up all properly. Then you can go ahead and list your items. If you pay for an eBay store, this is what you would get. It's an eBay storefront. And for example, this is one of my listings. We'll go to this Charizard V. This is what a item for sale looks like, right? We have a graded Charizard V, we have the title, the price, and we have the description. So that's going to be all the listing stuff. Now I'm going to go ahead and talk about some of the tips that I'd recommend if you're looking to start selling on eBay. So once you've created your eBay listing, the next step is going to be to smash the like button. Yeah, I'm sorry for that. But go ahead and utilize 1% promoted listings on all of your listings. Basically, you're paying a 1% fee on the final price that your item sells for in exchange for basically ad spots all across eBay and in emails. It's extremely powerful. Adding 1% promoted listings made my sales velocity increase significantly, and when paired with listing every day and sending best offers, you can make your sales increase significantly. So I would highly recommend under the Sell Faster tab that you just put 1% promoted listings and let it roll with the rest of the listing process. Now, additionally, having a basic store, I don't know if this affects the eBay algorithm at all, but when you pay for the eBay store, that's $4.95 a month billed annually or $7.95. You get different perks like the storefront that I showed you. There's different promotions that you can run. There's a markdown manager. So I would highly recommend that you just pay the $4.95 to invest in a storefront. Additionally, this helps you build more of a brand. You can utilize business cards in your sales, and you can direct people to that link. This is the business card that I use. I created these and I include them in all my TCG player orders and my eBay orders, and I've gotten people reaching out to me because of the business card. So I would definitely recommend that. Also, when you are selling on eBay, your feedback is extremely important. So if you ever have an argument or a disagreement with a buyer, be nice and courteous. If you need to, say there's a big purchase that is going wrong, take a day to kind of step back, remove yourself from the situation, de-stress a little bit, and then come back the next day and handle it. Oftentimes I find that I can overthink situations completely, and it's usually better if I just give it a day to not let my emotions get the best of me when stuff like that happens. But if people want a refund, work it out with them. There's tons of videos on how to deal with refunds out there, and something I'll create in the future. But basically just view it from their perspective, and not everyone is out to get you, but there definitely are people out there. So handle it case by case, be nice and courteous. Your feedback is important. Worst case scenario, you do get a bad feedback. eBay does have a revision feedback tool. I'd also recommend reaching out to the eBay sellers Facebook group. There's tons of eBay staff in there that can help. But say someone just leaves a bad feedback without reaching out to you, I would recommend reaching out to them, trying to remedy the situation. And then if you are able to, send them a feedback revision, and they can change a negative feedback into something more positive. Now, talking about the streamlining the shipping process, I like to try and make everything flow. So I want behind me is all my inventory, and then stretching this way would be shipping and then packing and all that stuff, and then out the door. So I try to make it flow in one direction. Additionally, my eBay model is pretty simple. When I'm selling cards, anything under $20 is top load team bag into a plain white envelope. I have a thermal printer with a label, and I just place the label for the standard envelope onto a PWE, seal the PWE, and drop it off at the post office. Super simple for cards under $20. I rarely sell tons of copies of cards on eBay, so it's usually those single orders that are super simple. It's just like TCG Player except without an invoice, so it's actually even faster. Additionally, anything over $20 is the same thing, but in a first class bubble mailer, 4x8. You just team bag, top load, put the card in there, and then you can add your business cards. Sealed product and stuff, I would just protect it as well as I can. Make sure you have a scale and a tape measure, because you're going to want to know the weight and dimensions of that box. But basically, just make it so that you have more of a simple system. It doesn't have to get super complicated. Having a scale and tape measure is super useful. And once you've done this enough times, you'll know that one card in a top loader bubble mailer is going to be less than 3 ounces. You can put 3 ounces on your bubble mailer or 4 ounces, and then the price is relatively the same. Same thing if it's one card in a PWE, it's probably under an ounce. So you can do it that way. If you have any questions about any of that, please let me know. This was a brief overview on listing on eBay. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you need supplies, be sure to check out the description for the Amazon storefront. Have a great night, and I'll see you all in the next video. See you guys.